The scent of rosemary and lavender fill the air at Casey's Pick. Its suburban sophistication, along with the largest patio in the East Bay, make it the local destination. On Mount Diablo Boulevard in Lafayette, it's called Metro Lafayette.
A restaurant is a place where people go to rejuvenate, to recharge. We like to think that we provide a setting for that. My name's Jack Moore. I'm the owner of Metro Lafayette. I think a good way to describe the cuisine at Metro would be modern American or a modern California cuisine. Fresh ingredients, top quality ingredients, and we'll use techniques that come from the Mediterranean, from Europe, or from Asia. I have a great love of French wine, so about half of our list is French, but we also know that we're in California, and there's some really great California wines, of course. You can have different crudo dishes. Fresh oysters are great. It's a classic bistro item or brasserie item. The patio here at Metro is just a great place to dine. We've got big mulberry trees that provide ample shade. There's French lavender. It's a really relaxing atmosphere to enjoy either lunch or dinner or even weekend brunch. It's not unusual for someone to walk in and by the time they get to their table, they've said hi to 3 or 4 other tables because a lot of people from the immediate community do come in here quite often. Come in, relax, have a good time. We'll see you again in a couple days.
Yummy. All right, Casey, do you spend a lot of time on the patio at this restaurant?
Did someone tell you that? Yes, I do spend a lot of time.
Sun-splashed look.
I spend a lot more time than I would like to admit, but a lot of them are meetings. And it's just a wonderful place to sit and catch up with people. The service staff is gracious. The food is fantastic. I think it's kind of everything it needs to be. This is a restaurant that I've probably been to 30, 40 times. And I just find its consistency to be one of its hallmarks, as well as the fact that it's a community spot.
It has a very cool vibe. I mean, it's modern, it's fun.
And it flows well.
Yeah, we had a couple nice drinks. We had a decent table.
What did you have for drinks?
I had the Moscow Mule, and it was a nut.
One of my favorite cocktails.
I love Moscow Mules.
Yeah, it was really well executed, very, very good. And we also had I had a glass of Chardonnay with my meal. The Rombauer was amazing.
It is a big, lush kind of style of Chardonnay.
With the price tag too. With the price tag too.
Sure.
So it was.
That said, though, I would say that in general the wine list is pretty open to most palates and most budgets.
I don't know what your experience is with the bartenders, but they are amazing. The wait staff there is so interested in making you happy, and I hope that that was your experience.
No, service was definitely amazing.
Was very good.
Tell me about some of your favorite dishes.
Well, the first thing that I have every time I go there, and sometimes friends and I get more than one order, is the crispy Brussels sprouts, and I hope you guys got to try those. But they're deep fried, but yet they retain very little oil. They almost taste like they're roasted, completely caramelized, with an aioli on the side and a wedge of lemon.
That sounds good.
That's one of my absolute favorite dishes there. They have an ahi tuna that they do a beautiful job with. That's really about the tuna. The tuna is really fresh. Nothing at Metro overwhelms the main ingredients.
Simplicity is really well done with all they do.
And what did you have when you went, Kane?
So I had the quail as well as the miso cottage, my mains, and then I had the duck confit spring rolls.
Okay.
So with the quail itself, we basically had like an arugula and spicy greens outside with some of the also green olives. And it was trying to complement the dish, but nothing really completely hit home. I don't know, as a general comment, I would say for all dishes that well executed, but sort of missing that real comfort of a chef of I can take it to the next level. I think it's like really well done, like the quail perfectly well cooked, but I was waiting for a bigger flavor hit.
I've never had the quail, but I'm curious to hear what you think of the black miso cod, because that's one of my favorites.
So the miso was great for 2 reasons. One is that it was a great flavor profile. It wasn't overwhelming. It was a nice light dish. But the other reason is I only ate half of it there, and I ate half the next day. And obviously, cod stays well, but more importantly, the miso really stayed well to warm up the next day.
We had the meatball appetizer. We also had the duck confit spring rolls, which were amazing. The meatballs were my favorite out of all of the appetizers. They tasted like something your grandmother made. They were perfectly moist, delicious. They came with a little side of bread. They were just perfect to me.
All right, and what about the spring rolls? Kane, I'll let you guys both talk about
So I think the duck confit itself was a little dry, but the lime sauce that they had with it really accompanied that and really gave it the moisture that you needed.
Have you ever eaten the halibut there?
I usually have the black miso cod, the petrale sole, which I love.
That was also
See,
recommended.
I'm a big halibut girl, and I enjoyed the drinks and I enjoyed the appetizers, and I was really looking forward to my entree because I was having an amazing time. And when the halibut came, it was just. It just didn't do it for me. Like you said,
why is that? Yeah,
well,
I mean, was it cooked well? Was
it was executed perfectly, except that our server warned us. He said, "I hope you like cilantro." So when it came, I was expecting a really big punch of cilantro, and it was just very mild.
I think that the kitchen has sort of an austere approach to food. For example, petrale sole has a beautiful flavor if you don't overdo it. You could over sauce it. Obviously, you could overcook it. And what I love is that it tastes like petrale sole. And the whipped potatoes, which are really easy to make them too fattening on the palate, they're just perfect and a nice accompaniment to the fish.
And what about dessert among you?
Yes.
What did you have?
We had the tart. The apple tart was amazing. It was perfect. It had a creme fraiche dollop on there. We also had the creme brulee. The creme brulee was perfectly cooked. It was a nice glass top on your creme brulee. So it was incredible.
So basically you're going for a Moscow Mule, Chardonnay, and dessert.
Exactly. I feel like I would go back for apps and dessert and drinks.
And is there a dessert that you would recommend to everybody?
Well, the most recent thing that I had, and it's exceptional to me that the chef makes it's not a pastry chef. He's making those desserts as well. We had a banana walnut bread pudding with a homemade caramel, whipped cream that was barely sweetened, some blueberries on top that were very fresh, and that's the other thing. Everything's fresh there. And this is light and custardy and just was a terrific dessert, one of the best I've had.
All right, this is your restaurant. Give us a quick summary.
Okay, Metro brings a little bit of cool city vibe to the suburbs, superlative staff, and fantastic food.
All right, and Kane?
You go there for execution. It's really well done. It's just missing a little bit of that, that energy that you want to feel in your mouth.
All right. And
if I was in Lafayette with a group of girlfriends, I would go for the drinks and a great happy hour and probably hang on the patio, which I didn't get to enjoy.
All right. If you would like to try Metro Lafayette, it is in the Plaza Center on Mount Diablo Boulevard in Lafayette. The telephone number is 925-284-4422. Open every day for lunch and dinner with brunch on the weekends. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $30.